Hello guys, and welcome back to Cyborg Racing. It's been some time since I last uploaded, and I have been working my butt off with speed and things like that, things of that nature. So we're gonna actually go over what I do and how I do it. Some of them, I'm not gonna give too many secrets away, but I have found quite a few things. I have found quite a few things out that I don't think anybody's ever done before. Like, I have a new solution for working my cars that works far better than black ice or graphite. From my experience on this particular track, it does much better. For instance, look at these times here. These were times ran by these two cars right here, this one winning, and these are the times that I got: 1.375, 1.384. I moved the start gate or the finish line a bit further this way. As you can see, I drilled some holes there. I failed once, but I drilled them again here, and these are a lot better. So that's where the sensor is. As you can see, it used to be back here, way too close to the wall, but now it's back here, so you have more time to stop the cars and not damage them. So that's one thing. Another thing is, well, I have a few techniques in getting stuff out of your car's wheels, and it's important to have these handy. As you can see here, you have these little tweezers, and you have to use those because no matter how hard you try, especially if you have pets, there will be hairs around your track, and sooner or later you will get hairs stuck in your car's wheels, and therefore the times will get worse. So one thing that's important to check, especially if your track's on the ground, is if your car has hairs in its wheels. Now, these guys have already been tweezed, and they've already been checked. These guys too. But say you got a car that's not doing so well all of a sudden. It could very well be that it has to do with the hairs stuck in the car's wheels. Now, unfortunately, if you use a car too much after you notice that there might be a hair stuck in it, it might go towards the center where you can't get it with the tweezers, like down here, and therefore you can't actually get it until the car's ran so much more again, until it's like able to be reached again, which can happen. But they will get tangled with your axles and it'll slow down your car. So you don't want that. Another thing to take into account is the cleanliness of your track. Now, I'm not going to say any names, but I have noticed that in certain videos, I've seen some very dirty tracks. Like you see like graphite stains or graphite marks on each side of your lane here going down. Or really with every lubricant, it's the same risk. Like you'll have a risk of getting, like, if it's like WD-40 for instance. I'm not saying you guys use that, but if you do, there'll be like stuff on the side, and it'll become sticky, and it'll attract dirt and dust and things like that, and your car will go quite a bit slower due to that. So it's important to clean your track, because I guarantee you will get better times if you do. And I'll just give this a race here just so you guys can see. Ooh, we actually lost that one. That's interesting. So as you can see, that was not expected, because usually the white one takes everybody out. You have a time where the JL beats the fastback. Now, I got this guy pretty recently, so anyways, just a few tips in case you guys are interested. Usually all you got to do to clean your track is what I do, is I just spray it with something like this, like an all-purpose cleaner, simple green. Just spray the track with that. Just the orange part's really needed to be sprayed. And just make sure any streaks are off. And then you wipe the simple green with an antibacterial wipe just to make it extra clean. And then you use a paper towel to dry it off. Now, sometimes, depending on how not lazy I'm feeling, I take off every one of these pieces, disconnect them, every one of these orange pieces from the track, disconnect, and I scrub every single one of those very, very thoroughly. So with the method that I described. Another thing that you got to do, especially if you have this particular track, this particular Derby Magic track, is I changed it so that the front legs are not on the track. And as you can see, it's a steeper slope, therefore better times. If you guys ever want to do it. Now this is not a scale quarter mile, this is shorter. But it's enough to get the gist of how fast your cars are. As you can see from up here, it's basically straight as can be. The only thing that I did that made it not straight, as you can see these black things here, I have one that's slightly higher up than this one. And the reason why is because of this little section here. As you can see, one side, it changes before this side does. And that can create an uneven, unfair lane advantage in this lane right here. Because if it's less of a slope, starting here, the car will just go slower from this point forward, but the car will go faster here and have an advantage in this lane because they have more of a downhill slope going further down. So, yeah. So I just raised this up a little bit to even it out a bit, and it seems to be working very well for me. I have a 25-pound weight here to keep it secure and in place so it doesn't slip, and I have even more weights back here to keep it secure and in place. Yeah, so that's basically it. And also make sure your screws are tight, of course. But yeah, that's basically it. I'll show you the case real quick, and show you what cars are doing the best job right now. Which is why I'm surprised that this guy lost. I'm very surprised that this white one lost the race here. Because usually he just takes everybody out in here. So I'm going to show you each car in here. This is the master case. I'm going to call it. It's a different name now. I know I keep changing my names, but I'll figure out something. I think this might be it though. This is the master car case. So we have Sidekick. It's from the Hot Ones. Black with Flames. Red Line. Whipped Creamer. Funny cars. More funny cars. More funny cars. These guys do phenomenally, by the way. Another one. T-Rex. JL, no Mopar, no car. Fast and Furious. Geez, what is this guy again? I get confused with the names of real cars. I always remember the names of fake ones. 70 Dodge Charger RT. Then we have Lumina Stalker. Another funny car, and this is the fastest one in this case, is this funny car right here. So in order to get into the case above this, you need to beat every one of these. Every one of them, without losing 3 times. You have to, and that's overall, like you can't lose 3 times upon racing every single car. So you got these, you beat those, you come over here, and you are able to get in this case, and so far, we have this guy. Doesn't look too extraordinary, but trust me, it is fast. Got this Datsun here, incredibly fast. These guys get in the 1.37s, okay? Once in a while, if it's a clean track, it gets in the 1.36, but that is why I'm surprised this guy lost, because he actually made it into the black case a long time ago. And he might actually be the fastest one in there. So far we have these 3 cars. I'm planning on getting a bunch more that could possibly go in here. Some very expensive ones, which I think that's probably what it's going to take to get in here. unfortunately by this point, because this was hard to get. This guy took forever to work. Same thing with this guy. These two, it was very hard to get these guys to go as fast as I did. And then we have this one, which it just easily does it. And it's fast on pretty much every single one anybody's gotten of these things. They're always phenomenal. So yeah, kind of crazy. Anyways, now we're going on to my new method for working my cars. Now it's something that I've found to be much better than any other method that I've found. All right, like I've done many lubricants. Like I've done, let's say, I've done WD-40, black ice, graphite. I've done a whole bunch. I've even done cooking grease or stuff like that. And that, trust me, that does not work. That ruins your cars. But what I found is there is one lubricant that you need to add to a mix of different lubricants, and you create this incredible combination that is working so much better than anything that I've seen before. My plan is this. I'm going to go to the Race of Champions. Since I live in Michigan now, I'm going to be going to the Race of Champions this summer. And that's in Valparaiso, Indiana. And I will race my cars there, and we'll see how I do. Anyways, that's the plan. So we'll see you then. I might upload a couple videos in the meantime, but I will see you then. Take care, everybody. Stay safe and have fun racing.